And it looks like we are live, but we gotta wait for the views to roll in. So while people are rolling in, let me plug this on Twitter as is per usual. I feel like for anyone that watches these back, like after the fact, there's certain consistencies they can look for, like the Twitter plug and the gotta wait for the first comment. Oh, there we go. We got Parker Raider, Mario Kid, and Fluff192. Let me just tweet this out and then we'll be all set. Cool. The tweet was sent. Did confirm. Okay, so what's up, guys? Wow, this chat filled up quick. What's up, guys? It's El Supersonic Q along with the Lostcast crew, and we are here bringing you our once every 2 weeks podcast series for another installment tonight, where we have quite a bit to talk about. And I think that's kind of the beauty of doing these podcasts, like once every 2 weeks, is it kind of get a pile up of topics that have happened over the past, a few days and stuff. And there's a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss, a lot of current things happening, which is exciting. I kind of like being able to bring you guys such like up-to-date Lost Media content so quickly. So with that said, let me turn it over to the crew so they can introduce themselves. Will you guys say something about yourselves?
Cool. My name is Rift. You know me. I'm basically tech crew here. And I say stuff. I say words sometimes.
Hello everyone, UltraCrist back here in the Lostcast. Glad to be back again.
Hi, I'm King Mr. Harvey, and I exist to be here.
Hi everyone, I'm Sewer Reviewer, and it is an honor to be here tonight.
Cool. So, you
go.
Oh, I was just saying that was the crew. So, yeah, we got a lot of good stuff tonight. A lot of recurring viewers in the chat, which is nice to see. That's cool. So yeah, so got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. And as you can tell from the title, some of the things we got a lot of community updates for you guys. Well, at least the stuff I've been seeing in the community. Some not so great things to just discuss and get out there that I really want to, because I feel like it's important to, but also some cool stuff, some search updates as well, some recurring topics that we've talked about before. We also got a lot of kids show stuff. I won't spoil the whole kids show thing right now, but we got a lot of kids show stuff to talk about, ranging from all kinds of kids show stuff, pilots and whatnot. Also, some other like strange mysteries. Some music lost media, which I don't think I will be manning that discussion, but we do have some of that. Music lost media. I think a lot of you guys in the chat usually like the music lost media, which is cool. And some other miscellaneous things like the DSi wear stuff ending. Well, Ultra's gonna talk about that, but but I didn't even know that was happening. So, thanks for the
super chat. 99 sets from Yusuf or
Sultan. Good work.
Yeah, so I think with that said, I'm gonna start with this. So we're gonna start with the community updates, I guess, so to speak. And this is something that I hope like you guys kind of like, I guess, like take with you and kind of I don't know what the right word is. It's I hope you guys kind of like take this information and put it to good use, I guess. And I kind of wanted to start the stream like this because I think for anyone who like is going to watch this after the fact, and like anyone who's like jumping in now, I think it's like important to start with. And it's something that like I've been noticing a lot lately. So I feel like it's important to kind of get out there. So last week we talked a little bit about fake lost media, and that more so had to do with like ARGs being mistaken for real things, and lost media that just like wasn't actually real, that people were trying to just perpetuate, like, whatever the case was. But there's something that's been bothering me lately, and I've been seeing it more and more now, not so much in the like actual Lost Media wiki community. Like I don't really see it a whole lot in the Discord server and not really on the forums or anything. So it's not really like a big community issue, but I think it's something that needs to be addressed, and I hope it doesn't get out of control, because it seems like lately what's been happening is there's been a really, really big influx of fake and misleading Lost Media stuff. And I think this kind of started with the me and my friends thing. Like we were like the me and my friends search team, and we had uncovered so much stuff from me and my friends that no one had seen before. And I think some people got carried away with it and kind of wanted to like make their own fake things and perpetuate their own stories about it. And I think that kind of is where this all started. But I guess essentially I'm just seeing a lot of like misinformation and fake information and fake videos being passed around when it comes to Lost Media. Again, not really within the wiki itself, but just in the scene in general. And it's kind of getting really annoying, because like it's something that I don't think needs to exist. It like really shouldn't exist to this like level, because it's not so much that I get tired of like telling people no, like this fake thing is fake. It's not so much that. It's the fact that I think it kind of creates hostility within the scene. And I have a story that I kind of want to tell to like back this up here. Like it just creates a lot of unnecessary hostility. So let me take you guys back to 2015. I think it was 2015. It was one of the first Lost Media searches I even followed back on the old wiki before we moved to the website, which is now the Lost Media Archive, which is garbage. So don't go there. But back all those years ago, one of the first searches I ever was interested in was the search for these McDonald's VHS tapes. It was like a VHS tape series that the company Klasky Chupo animated for McDonald's, and they were like Ronald McDonald's Wacky Adventures, I think was the name of it. And they were like 6 VHS tapes. 5 of them were really common, and you could find them all over the place. But there was a 6th one, I believe, that was very, very hard to find. It had only existed in very limited quantities, and it took a long time for anyone to get their hands on it. And after a while, someone came forward in the comments section and said that they had it, right? And that was a pretty big deal at the time, because we had been looking for it, and someone said they had it. So, of course we believed them, and we're like, "Oh, that's great. Can you get it online? Can you show us some proof? Can you do something?" And I remember the user's name. I guess I won't say it. It's a funny name though, but it's, I guess, maybe on a live stream setting, it's not really the best idea to shout it out. But I remember the guy's name, and when we asked him to give us some kind of proof or whatever, he was a little he was patient with us or whatever. He's like, "Oh, I want to get this online for you guys, but I have to like, get my setup correct and this and this and that. So it might be a little while." And we're like, "Okay, that's totally fine, right? Because you can't demand someone give you something and immediately get it, right?" So we're like, "Cool, take your time, man." But then like a couple weeks went by, and we're like, "Hey, how's the setup going? Are you still gonna do still gonna upload the tape for us?" And he was kind of like, "Yeah, I've just been busy trying to order this and that or whatever to get it." And we're like, "Okay, cool." So then more time goes by, and I think eventually after we keep kind of, I don't want to say pestering the guy, but like we keep checking in with him, and finally he gives us some proof that it's actually real what he has, and he takes a picture of the TV screen with a bunch of different scenes from the episode that prove it's real. So this was real Lost Media. He really had the tape. And we're like, "Oh, that's really cool. Like, when are you going to get around to, doing the thing, to getting it on for us?" And like at that point, he had kind of like, I don't know if he just didn't really care about it anymore, or if he was just getting impatient with us, even though like it had been like a month or two at that point. But he's like, he's just like, "Oh yeah, like I'll get it on for you guys. Like it's happening. It's gonna happen. I'll do it." And then like, after even more time, and it was just dumb at this point, because it was literally like a game of back and forth. Like he says to us, he had ordered all this stuff and he was going to get it online, and he just he just wouldn't do it. And then I guess where the story is headed is after a while, we started like not really calling him out on it, but we started looking for other alternatives to get this thing found because we were thinking like, okay, he's not going to help us. We got to find someone else in the community that can get us a copy and get it located, right? And then at that point, it pissed him off or something, and he's like, oh, like, you guys feel that way about my contributions to the Lost Media wiki, well, if that's how you want it, I'm not going to upload it for you guys now. And it became this really weird, like, war of words that came down to us kind of saying to the guy, like, well, you've been taking so long and you've been leading us on. He pretty much led us on. That, like, what else are we gonna do? Just wait for you to never upload it? And then his, like, other argument, because I think we even said to him at one point, like, we would take a recording from his TV screen. We just wanted it. It didn't have to be in perfect quality, so even that would have been fine. But he kind of, like, flipped the script, and he became, like, a hoarder, a Lost Media hoarder. And, like, after a point, he just held on to the tape and didn't release it, just, like, out of spite. And it just created this really, like, toxic. I remember, like, the talk page for that article. It got really, really toxic, and, like, like, people were calling each other out and everything, and, like, it was just so bad, all because, like, he wouldn't, all because he wouldn't, like. Oh, got a super chat. Isaiah Lorera said, "Love these streams. Thank you for that. I appreciate it." So yeah, like, it came in, like, we started, like, arguing and everything, and it literally because he was unwilling to work with us, and, like, to him, having the tape and having no one else be able to watch it meant more than just getting any bit of it online for us, and that really, really, like, hurt. I mean, not me, like just the community in general, the people who were searching for it, and eventually we did find someone else who had a copy, and they just got it online, like, the next day for us, which was crazy. And at that point, the other guy who had it, the original guy, he kind of just like slithered away. We never heard from him again because he was literally just doing it for the attention. He had it. He kept promising he was going to get it on for us. Months and months and months went by. Okay, maybe not months, weeks and weeks and weeks. It's probably like maybe 3 months altogether before we finally found the second copy of it, and he was just a very hostile user who and he didn't even need to be. If he had just, like, gotten his equipment together or just taken the video from his TV, which we were fine with, like, it would have been fine. But instead it turned into this, like, really dumb, like, argument, like thing that happened, and it's just so stupid how the whole thing unfolded. And I think to some extent, again, like, not that it's happening within the Lost Media wiki community right now, but I see it in the greater scene where people, it's not even that people actually have pieces of Lost Media, they're hoarding. That in itself is a different issue, but people who just claim they have real pieces of Lost Media and then, like, just don't release it or don't give us any, like, indication that they have it or don't. I guess an example I'm thinking of right now, and kind of what led to this whole thing, is the Super Y pilot. So that was something that I don't even know how that even got popular. I honestly can't remember. We talked about it last week, I think, and I had actually picked up the search, and I had been doing my own research on it, and it was really hard to find information for the Super Y pilot. Anyway, I got word that someone on the Lost Media archive, like, had a copy of the pilot and that they were going to upload it or something. But that was, like, several weeks ago, and, like, these excuses and these weird, like rabbit holes kept popping up, like I thought John was going to upload the pilot. Oh, that's John A. You mean John B. And it was this really confusing thing. I'm just like, what is it? And people kept asking me, and they kept telling me, like, in DMs, hey, don't bother looking for the Super Y pilot because this guy has it. And I'm just like, no, he doesn't have it. Because if he had it, he would have uploaded it by now or given us any kind of proof that he actually had it.
Can I say something real quick?
What?
I want to say something real quick about this. This kind of reminds me of the whole me and my friend's fake audio thing. I hate to bring that up again, but, like, remember when the guy said his grandfather wrote a copy of that thing. Um, so basically, it's kind of like that. It's like he's saying that he has it just for or they have it just to get the attention, and it's kind of like a wrong thing to do, and probably something you should just not do. It's kind of wrong.
Hi guys. Relating to the Super Y pilot, I'm actually on the archive wiki right now, and the current status says currently being uploaded. Please check back soon.
And what's really funny is on the comments, and this is not on
yeah.
the wiki, this is on the archive, which there's a whole can of worms there itself. But in the comments, it's 7 p.m. Pilot's still not uploaded, and so I think it was supposed to be uploaded today. Yeah, I think it's someone made false promises.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? And that's the thing that I think, and I kind of want to like stop the trend of this before it becomes like a greater threat to like the community. Is that like there's just like no point in saying you have something just for attention and like doing all this stuff and like yeah, and it's not even so much that it like annoys me or whatever, like that it happens. Just in general, like when people ask me, like I must have got like 24 questions about the Super Y pilot. Like, hey, is the Super Y pilot found? Is this guy uploading it? Like, where did it come from? And all this stuff, and it's like, and it's just it kind of like spreads false information and misinformation, and I think that is what's more damaging than anything else. Like I don't care if I have to answer 100 questions about it, but I just don't want people believing in something that isn't real, because that's a bad reflection on the community and a bad reflection on like the people who contribute to the community. So like I'm not here to preach to like, to like the people that do this kind of stuff and say like don't do it. Like I honestly don't care what you do, but to all the people that like I don't want to say like fall victim to this, but just like you have to know like which sources are reliable and where your information is coming from. That's the thing. So I guess just like in the future going forward, like be careful when someone says they have something and you say, show me proof. And they say, oh, my camera's broken, I have to do it tomorrow. Or like, oh, I'm going to upload the pilot in a week, you just got to give me more time. Like, no. If someone has something and they're not a hoarder, a lost media hoarder, or a whatever you want to call it, then they will show you proof right then and there. Like that's the end of the story. Here's a good example of it too, right? You guys remember the cartoon Lost and Found video I did a while ago? It was some Nick at Night special hosted by Adam West.
I think I remember.
Yeah. And that whole special was lost, right? But people had found a forum thread from like 2005 of someone claiming they had it on VHS. And I didn't actually do this. Someone else went through the process of doing it. They contacted that guy, said, do you have this on VHS? The guy said, yeah, I have it on VHS. I can convert you a DVD. The guy said, sure, I'll convert it to a DVD for me. I'll pay like the money that it takes to convert it and like send it to me. Whole thing was done in a week and the whole special's online now. Boom, done. That's how it should be every single time. No messing around, no playing games. That was found right away. And that's the way it should be. And like, like I said, like I don't care if you do your ARGs and your whatever stuff, but like when it comes to like making claims that, oh, I have the Super Y pilot, and you lead people on and people start like giving you attention and stuff. And same thing with the McDonald Land lock video too. When you start making claims like that and people are depending on you to release it and whatnot, it's just a bad reflection when you don't do that or you lie about it, because like, at first, like when I had looked into the Super Y pilot and I read those comments on the archive, the first thing I thought of was like, oh wait, someone already has it, so why am I going to waste time searching for it, right? But I'm glad I like looked further into those comments and figured out where they were sourced from, because then I realized, oh, they don't actually have it. I am going to spend time looking for this because I can actually get my hands on it probably. And I made a couple really good leads that I'm kind of still waiting to hear back from, but I made some really good progress on it. I guarantee you that's more progress than anyone else has made on it.
can I say something that's kind of related to fake lost media and people who lie? What I hate is when people claim, like, this actually happened to one of my friends. Let me see, are they in the chat? No. But one of my friends actually found, you actually made a video about this, LSSQ, the Night of Independent Animation, Toonheads special thing. One of my friends actually found that. However, his video got like, someone stole the thing and then claimed it that they had found it. People that claim that they have found things that have already been found by someone else are just kind of even worse. Not worse, but on the same level of kind of like, I wouldn't say scum, but close to that level of just not good people within the community. People who claim things that are their own, like, oh yeah, I found this, when no, you didn't. You stole this file from someone else.
Wait,
Even then, it's like, what do you have to gain from that? What kind of clout do you have? I don't want to be friends with you just because you found this pilot, okay? Like, you have nothing to gain from that.
a couple things. One, Spring Productions with the $2 super chat, thank you, said, I lost my Lightning McQueen Crocs. Help me find it. Oh, the
Good
bevy of
job.
lost items that
Good
exist.
job.
Oh, now we must find it.
And then I was gonna say, did you say someone found the entire Toonheads Night of Independent Animation?
No, I think it's the just the, what's it called?
Oh, the Wire short.
Yes, they found the wire short. However, I think someone stole it, and then not stole like the actual like copy, but they re-uploaded it and claimed it as their own.
Oh, yeah, and see that's no, that's dumb because guess what? Do you want to know how that one was found? For anyone who doesn't know, the Wire short, I did a video on it. If you guys want to know the whole story, just watch the video on it. But the original creator and animator of the Wire short was the one who actually uploaded it for us. He showed us a VHS tape. He's like, "This is the master tape. Let me get it online for you guys." And he actually found it for us the 2 years ago that it was when we were researching it, and that was really cool. So yeah, man, that sucks that like it was like re-uploaded.
I misspoke. I meant the ad for the Night of Independent Animation, which was found and then someone stole it. I misspoke, but I guarantee there's someone who probably said that they had it. But still, my point still stands. I've seen people claim that they're like re-upload Lost Media and claim it for themselves. And Sewer will be back in a little bit. Let's go to UltraCrist, do you want to go with one of your things?
All right. I'll go first. So let's start with I'm gonna start with another community update that has been like in the Lost Media main page for a while, like alongside with the Roger Rabbit found script, and what that is that the Tales of Super John, some episodes of it were found recently, and it was the first 2 episodes. And let me just recap what the Legend of Super John is. It's basically the first YouTube series that JonTron, the popular gaming comedian on YouTube, has done, like before he became JonTron. And basically, these were like lost and deleted by John, like decades probably ago, and the reason why this still like people still know about it and it's lost media is because the gamer from Mars actually talked about it in his like one of his videos talking about JonTron, and it sparked a huge curiosity from the lost media community. And it's also been in lost the reason why like the gamer of Mars he claims he has like more episodes, but he doesn't want to re-upload them because due to like legal issues or something like that. He doesn't want to, he's afraid that he might get sued over re-uploading them. However, I don't know if I should mention, hold on, let me just open one of these. But like one guy found like 2 of the episodes. So yeah, that's one of like one of the updates from the Lost Media internet pieces. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of JonTron, but Lost media is lost media. That's my
Yeah.
take.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not a fan of JonTron either. I didn't even know who he was until a couple of years ago. But I think to me, it's not so much the fact that it's JonTron Lost Media that is interesting to me. I just think it's cool that or yeah, I guess it's cool. It's cool and it's fascinating to me that there are people that are interested in like in like other internet lost media like that, because that's a genre I just never really understood. Like people have been asking me for like years to cover lost media of other YouTubers, and I never really saw the appeal in it. I never really understood it. So to me, it's interesting that like other people want to find JonTron stuff. Like that's cool though. It's cool. Because you think like, I don't know, in a way, I guess you think like, how can that kind of stuff even get lost? You know, like I think there's like an article on the wiki for Rebel Taxi's lost videos, and it's just funny you think that like, I don't know, it's just funny that you think like other YouTubers have lost stuff, I guess.
Yeah, and one thing that I also like is seeing, and this is something that also fits in with one of the next things I think that we should talk about, is when you get to see the evolution of someone's skills and career. And I think that that's a perfect segue into the demo album from Green Day, which is Cigarettes and Valentines,
Super
which
chat.
I'm
Super
gonna
chat.
super chat from
Um,
a
A/slash
guy,
guy,
five
$5. Keep
five
it up.
Canadian
Thank you.
dollars.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what that would be in US, but we'll attempt to keep it up. But yeah,
Yeah, thank
Sewer,
you.
if you want to talk about the Green Day.
Oh boy, Green Day, guys. It's like a day, but it's green. Um, recently I made a video. It was 10 pieces of musical media. And in the video, I mentioned Cigarettes and Valentines, which is a canceled Green Day album. But, if you guys know your awesome Green Day lore, you know that's also a song that they made. So they had an unfinished studio album that actually was never finished because the master recordings were stolen. So somewhere out there, some guy woke up. He said, "Today I'm going to steal some Green Day songs," and they're out there somewhere. So you
Food
know,
fight.
oh man, it's just like food fight. But anyways, so recently I made a video and it listed that, and like now I'm starting to see people talk about it more, which is awesome because music and lost media is something like not a lot of people talk about because well, at least from what I've seen, because there's like so much of it and it's so diverse and it just kind of rocks that people are talking about it. But yeah, what I have to say about this is don't like if you're gonna look for it, there's probably like some people you can contact, but like this is gonna sound like really bad as for the search. But don't go to Green Day themselves because they themselves has said that they are not going to officially release the album because like one, I don't think they ever like finish. Yeah, no, they never like re-recorded the album. Instead, they just kind of like kept going.
Yeah,
So
they made so they made like
they made the
new
American
album.
Idiot album.
Yeah, American
Yeah,
Idiot.
and they never released the Cigarettes and Valentine stuff, even though like it's possible that they still have some recordings like out there, but they have no intention of releasing it because they would rather look forward to the future than just going into the past and like digging up old stuff, which I get that. That's completely reasonable. But it could always be released as some sort of like promotion stuff. I
I
mean,
believe
yeah,
I believe they
maybe.
have played some of their songs from the Lost album in live concerts or re-released them into other EPs or
Yeah,
albums.
I can see that.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you
because
see,
there's three like completely lost songs. There's Waste Away, Sleepyhead, and Dropout. So
and you can play stuff live because you don't need what's it called? You don't need to You don't need to play. You don't need to use your masters while you're.
Rift, you
playing.
sound like a bag of potato chips.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, yeah, but the Too Much Too Soon from American Idiot was actually on the Cigarettes and Valentines album. So yeah. I think
I was
that's
actually
pretty much
gonna
all I
ask.
have about that.
Well, I was gonna actually ask you a question about it because I don't really know. I don't really know a lot about Cigarettes and Valentines. I don't really listen to a lot of Green Day or actually any Green Day. But when it comes to the masters being stolen, is there any like word on who could have stolen them? Like, was it an inside job or something?
I don't know because it was like in 2003 and I think like these were like the master like recordings. So it was somebody done in the studio probably. So I don't know. I can
That's
look at this
interesting.
ref
I
page.
I guess even if like let's just pretend you had like a master list of everyone who was in the studio when they were recording it or whatever. Like even if you found the exact guy, he'd never fess up. So like those are gonna be gone forever.
Must have
Some
been
say
like a,
that like they actually weren't stolen from what I'm looking at this article right here, but you know, I don't know how that's how true that is. Reading an
my
article on the Houston Press.
my guess is it must have been a hater or something like that. Like he was like, you know what? F this band. I'm taking their master recording.
It says here that they did like 20 tracks for this thing, but like there's only like 5 confirmed songs on the LMW article, so I don't. Wow.
It's also weird to me, or I guess interesting is maybe the better word. How bands like don't talk about their like lost or unreleased content. I mean, maybe that's just like a natural thing because like, you know, we're like in tune with lost the bands don't really think about it. But it's just kind of interesting to me to think that like, you know, but like I did a video on like Panic at the Disco a few years ago and it was about an entire scrapped album for and all kinds of stuff. And I think they recorded a lot of content for
Yeah,
it.
they did.
But just they threw the they just threw the whole thing out because they wanted to
It was
start fresh or whatever the case
second
was.
album, and I
And it's just
believe that they were doing like risky stuff as well. What?
Rift.
Oh,
Everyone says we're
robots?
robots.
Oh shoot!
Sorry.
Oh, oh my goodness, Rift, what is going on?
Froze.
Bad.
This is kind of epic, I think.
Yeah, this is pretty funny. We're still cutting out. Or what's saying yes? We're still cutting out.
Okay, that means
Yeah, it's
Rift
bad.
is-
Having
Oh, no.
connection issues. Oh Okay, there we go. My Discord's back. Luckily.
Uh-oh.
Everybody, look at the joke I said.
Oh,
Yo, it's going. I can't delete
He's
it.
so
Oh my
cool.
god,
That's
no.
a cool speaker you
Oh,
got there.
that scared me. Oh my god, I did know for a second.
Okay, I think it's fixed now.
I did. My screenshot was gonna leak.
Yeah, it's fixed now.
Yeah, it's fixed. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say
isn't showing up.
peanut butter. Oh, it's fixed. Okay, I was gonna say if the chat can hear us say peanut butter. I mean,
Chat, what's a good color?
But yeah,
Okay,
to
we're
to
good,
finish
we're
up on
good,
that thought
we're good.
LSSQ had,
Wait, can you
I
hear me?
think like the reason they don't
Yeah,
talk
we can
about
hear
like
you.
their lost music is because of like the record labels controlling everything. So
And also, one thing, a lot of people don't talk about their unreleased music unless it's like intentionally unreleased, because some musicians like keep all their stuff on the back burner, because who knows? Oh, I might want to release this, or I might want to touch this up. Because if they just kind of let everything out, then they don't have any chance to refine it, really. If you catch my drift. Anyway, sorry for all the connection
if
issues.
if you catch my my rift, get it because you're rift.
Oh my god, you're so funny.
Hey,
Didn't My Chemical Romance have some lost stuff as well?
they probably do.
Yeah, I think
mean,
so.
everyone. I say that there's a border between unreleased and lost, because unreleased, it's just like people have it, just they don't want to release. Like they don't have plans to release it. And lost is like stuff that like people want like isn't like they can't find. No duh. And so I think that sometimes a lot of people confuse the two, and it's like these people just don't want to release it. Like there's a difference between that.
Yeah,
and
but like
then,
even then, it's like you could still like profit off of it. Like like bands like MCR and Green Day, like those are like really big, and regardless, people are going to like people are gonna buy it. Like I think that, like the last Green Day album sucked, but like
Yeah,
still,
it did.
it,
It's
still
it
people
does.
enjoyed it. So when you have like such a big like label out there, like it's gonna be like huge.
Uh,
Yeah, I guess that's true. Lost music is one of those. I don't really do a lot of lost music, so I was never really into lost music. I only kind of got into it because of the bands I listened to having lost music. But um, yeah, I was
I
just reading
forgot
a
what I
few of
was
the
gonna say.
what?
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh,
Oh well, I guess that thought is lost media now.
yeah, that's lost media.
I just want to apologize for all the tech issues that we were having a minute ago. There's a lot of strange issues that happen with the thing that I connect I'm using a different microphone right now, which I always have as a backup. However, there's some weird driver issues that I have with the thing that connects my mic to my computer. And so sometimes, like, if I plug in my mic, it just has to, all of my like software has to recuperate basically, and my computer does too, because it's like having to do everything. I'm really sorry for all the tech issues, and if there are
Okay,
any issues,
chat. Can we all say we love you, Rift, in the chat, please, guys? Please, it's important.
This has been Tech Tips with
Oh
Rift.
man, that's cute. That's wholesome.
that's wholesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say I actually I wanted to I guess
Look at
like
all those.
What?
can't be the
Aw.
chat saying it. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of I guess shift focus a little bit. I was reading the chat and I saw a lot of people asking about me and my friends updates, and we do have a lot of kids show content to kind of talk about. I guess we can start with me and my friends. I don't know if there's anything we can actually say about that right now. You guys can can decide if you want to give any updates about that or not, I guess.
I don't think that we have anything that we can like that's like actually worth talking about at the moment. However, we're waiting right now on some we actually have two semi decent leads right now. But like the one that we talked about when we did our last my friend's dedicated stream, we have we're trying to get in contact with the director, and however we're just waiting on replies. And there's someone else which it isn't really a lead yet, but we do have a tiny bit of info, but I don't think it's worth talking about unless you guys want to talk about it.
Nope.
Yeah, I think like there's just not enough new info on me and my friends to really like give you guys like a new update. Like Rift said, it's just been a lot of like back and forth with these people who I didn't even know existed. Like, geez, back years ago when I was like first looking into it, I never would have thought these people existed or that we ever would have even like gotten in contact with them, but we did. But like we've kind of been saying, it's just a waiting game really, and kind of like contact one person, they say, "Oh, we don't have it. Go contact, this other person." And it's just a big like game of like telephone. So hopefully, like at some point, we'll be able to really give a better update on things and all that kind of stuff. But so far, it's just been a waiting game, and that's maybe one of the more frustrating things about searching for lost media is when like you want to do so much more, but you just can't because like you gotta wait for the replies to come in. So yeah, we just don't really have anything on that right now. But we'll keep you guys updated.
Pedro
I
Author in the chat says, "What are your thoughts on the Blueprints pilot? Do you have any plans to search for it?" And
Oh, I think Harvey wanted
yes,
to.
that's what I was
Ooh,
saying. Gonna
Oh, yeah.
segue into
Transition.
to Harvey. You have the floor on Blueprints.
Oh, okay. So, if you guys don't know, Blueprints is the Blue's Clues test pilot. It was done in 1995. It was a test to see if Blue's Clues would have gotten picked up or not. So for this search, I got not recently, but I got in touch with an animator on the pilot, and they gave me like a list of crew members who were associated with the pilot, and I also tried getting in touch with a few of the creators because Blue's Clues had 3 creators, and one of them responded to me and then never replied back. One of them never replied back to me, and I couldn't find the other contact information for them. But I recently found I don't know if I'm allowed to mention this, but I found a LinkedIn account for someone who worked on the pilot, and I plan on contacting them about it, saying, "Hi, is it true you worked on this or not?" But there isn't really much to this search, and this is mainly because the creator of Blue's Clues came out to having a copy of it, and this is probably a good thing because then they could probably go to Nickelodeon about it and maybe get it released because Blue's Clues is still part of the IP.
Or well,
Um,
more accurately, it's the main reason why I think they would actually probably do this is because compared to Me and My Friends, which is quite distant and quite different from the Backyardigans, which has not been an active intellectual property of Nickelodeon for many years now. Blue's Clues is actually still is very active with Blue's
Yep.
Clues and You, so they actually have
yeah,
grounds,
even
and they've even posted about it. The pilot.
yeah, they did actually. I was gonna say that.
But yeah, let me see. Do any of you? Let me look at the list. Oh yes, we have another. LSSQ, you're muted, but giving this to you. This is another very interesting piece of not unconfirmed media. I'd say that's the best thing from my knowledge of it. You Charlie, you take it away. LSSQ.
Yeah, so this is a good kind of, it's a little bit of a meme topic, I guess. But kind of giving the Last Media Wiki forum some more love because I just feel like the forums are really underrated. I go there a lot, so getting more people interested in the forums is something that I like doing. And I saw this thread. It's kind of old, I think. It wasn't made like yesterday or anything, and I kind of been following it for a while just out of interest. And lately, more discussion has been kind of going on within it, trying to figure out what this could possibly be, and it does fall along the lines of Lost Kids Show stuff. So, as Rift said, it kind of is existence unconfirmed, which is also a kind of a subgenre of Lost media that I think a lot of people are into. I used to really be into existence unconfirmed stuff. It's kind of fun, like not only just looking for something lost, but like trying to prove that something lost actually exists. It's like an added challenge. Anyway, this thread is on the forum, so you can read the whole post there. But pretty much, it is a thread that discusses an alternate version of the kids show Caillou called Charlie for some reason. And the weird part about this is that apparently the show in itself was or I think it was like entirely, according to OP, the show was like entirely unedited. The only thing that was different is that instead of Caillou's name being Caillou, it was Charlie. And it's just such a bizarre thing. I don't know why I'm even interested in it, but like it just was so strange. The guy who posted about it, I think he lived somewhere in like the Midwest or something, or Indiana or something. I don't remember. It was apparently only aired in one specific part of the country at like one specific time, and no one can prove whether or not it actually exists. And we've been trying to speculate if this could have been a real thing that like is lost, or if he's just misremembering something else, or we don't really know what the situation is with it, which I just thought was so funny. And people were throwing around their own ideas about what it could be, and I know Caillou's kind of a big meme, so my first thought about it is that it was actually like an unlicensed like re-airing of it. So like PBS like owns Caillou or whatever, and they are the ones that air it. But I was thinking if it was if this Charlie version of Caillou was only aired on like one specific channel in one specific state, maybe whoever ran that local channel got their hands on some episodes and changed the name to avoid getting sued for showing it illegally. That was my initial thought. And some people kind of agreed with me in the forums. We had actually looked up international Caillou dubs, believe it or not, and there are quite a few that exist. I think the show may have originated from France. I think someone claimed in the forums, and there were actually some unofficial dubs, believe it or not. I know the Japanese one was listed as unofficial, so that's kind of interesting to know that there are some unofficial versions of it out there. But as for US airings, though, that's where things get a little more tricky because, like, why would someone take the US show, just change the name? And, like, it doesn't really make sense. So my only theory is that it was someone trying to avoid copyright, but we're not even sure if it actually exists because we have no visual proof or any listings or anything that it actually existed. What I think would be cool, now that I think about it, I didn't even like realize it until right now. If we could actually locate like local TV, I think this happened back in like the mid 2000s. So like you could probably find like print TV guides or maybe some like old archives somewhere. Maybe if we could locate like what channel it played on or whatever OP said, I would have to refresh myself on the forum. But if we could actually find like old TV guides that have listings for all the different shows that we're playing, maybe we could actually find a listing for Charlie. That might actually happen. But that would, require some digging. It's not impossible though. We've definitely found some like kid show or not just we found some like TV listings and guides for other things before, like Captain Bizarre a long time ago found some. I think he found some newspaper listings for JBVO that proved some theories about that show and how it aired. So yeah, I just thought it was a really interesting kind of search, and it's really bizarre. You don't kind of see that stuff very often. I saw Ed Mario was saying, I doubt the whole Charlie stuff is real. Yeah, I mean, there of course is a doubt that it's real. It definitely could just be misremembering. In the actual thread, there was some talk about OP actually misremembering like the show Charlie for like a completely different show called Charlie, but he claimed to say it wasn't that one, the different show. I don't think he's trolling though. It's a really weird thing to troll about. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anyone would bother trolling with something like that.
I feel like this isn't unlikely, but I feel like it might be that he got the two characters names confused with Charlie Brown and Caillou or something like that.
Well, I think in the
I
thread,
don't know.
in the thread, didn't he mention
He
that
said it was unedited. The ding.
like he knew Caillou on its own. So I don't really know. It's a very shaky
Not-
thing.
Not to be confused with Caillou.
Caleb, you are grounded for 1-837-555-544-3235 years.
Go
Go
to
to
your
your
room now.
Go to your room.
Yeah.
Why? Why do I even bother bringing that up?
Oh yeah, the Go Anime, Go Anime Caillou. Nostalgic. Anyone else grew up with Go Anime Caillou in the chat, bro?
You guys ever watch Caillou? Yeah, I love that grounded series.
You are grounded. Okay, a lot of people are. Yeah, a lot of people did it. Yeah, you're a OG for remembering that Caillou gets grounded for sneaking into the movie theater or AMC. Okay, Muhammad Khan donated $4.99 saying Caillou, since Caillou is a rare name or it's a Mandela effect.
Well, thank you for the $5.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh, actually, that was actually interesting. What Mohammed said. Charlie sounds like a sort of westernization of Caillou, since Caillou is a rare name. Yeah, I think someone actually talked about that. That was actually like a theory brought up in the thread itself. I think is that um it was some sort of weird like U.S. localization from somewhere else, which we couldn't really figure out like the puzzle pieces to fit that together, because like Caillou already existed as it was, so why would anyone have tried to like relocalize it when it was already airing here under the name Caillou? So that we couldn't figure out why that would have been the case, but that I believe that actually was a theory that was brought up. Yes, that's a contender for what happened with it.
Cool.
I just want to say, like, Charlie sounds like a Puerto Rican like knockoff of Caillou.
Indeed, it
Charlie,
does.
Charlie.
Bro.
Anyways, let's see. I don't really know where do you guys wanna talk about
Ooh.
now?
Actually,
wait, actually no, never mind. Actually,
you
wait,
wanted
no,
to do?
wait, I do have something to say. I'm working on a video with one of my friends. If any of you remember, if any of you remember last time, and I think many times before, I made a video with one of my friends. His channel name is sorry. In the
Shout out.
within the Lostcast group chat, we have our while we're streaming, we always have our fun little jokes, and sometimes those jokes happen while I am trying to talk, and so they crack me up. Anyways, I made this video with one of my friends. His channel name is George Banuki. And we made a video about this Lost, fully done with pilots and tests, like so much effort was put into it, but it was never released. It's called Einstein Pals. It's this, I think, 6-episode series. Anyways, we're currently making a video right now on which involves some interesting stuff. I wouldn't know if it's stuff that people would be interested in, but it involves this very old children's series called Baby Einstein. I grew up with it. Very, very cool series, I do have to say. And a lot of videos had been developed for like many, many years and were delayed for various reasons. And so we've theorized that there are some versions of these videos which just are completely different, but I don't know why. I just felt like mentioning that because it's kind of related to children's show Lost Media. But yeah, anyways, the next thing I think we should probably go to, which is a complete 180, is the Nintendo DSi and DSiWare, which UltraCrist, if you want to take over, I'd let you do that.
All right. So this is I was having like a mental fight thinking if this should be like a thing we should talk about, but I think even though it's kind of like not lost media since it actually got relisted, it kind of like creates a discussion. The event created a discussion of like the existence of these DSiWare games to the public and how they're possibly gonna be managed in the future. So let me just take it took place in January 2021. Nintendo, out of nowhere, without any warnings, basically removed a majority of their DSiWare games from the 3DS's eShop off of there. However, it got relisted a while after, but some of the games that were like delisted were pretty much one of the biggest ones, like Shantae, Risky's Revenge, and Plants vs Zombies on the DS. And Nintendo was like, Nintendo's well known for one of their controversies, sorry, being that they're kind of like scummy with when it comes to like legacy content of theirs or backwards compatibility. Like one recent example of theirs was the Super Mario 3D All Stars collection and their Nintendo Switch Online backwards compatibility. And this incident with the 3DS eShop DSiWare delisting created like in the Nintendo community this discussion on how long is it gonna take until like the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U's eShop like services get delisted and all the DSiWare games are like lost to the public. If you're trying to do homebrew, then it's gonna be easy, but mostly everyone who plays on 3DS kind of doesn't have like homebrew. But yeah, it's like it's really interesting as well as in other countries recently the 3DS and Wii Shop, I mean the 3DS and Wii U's eShop has been getting taken down. So it's possibly like a matter of time since all the services of the Nintendo network from the 3DS and Wii U all get shut down and the DSiWare games like finish outside of the public forever unless you have homebrew, like I said. So yeah, that's like my brief explanation on those.
Yeah, and I actually wanted to say, well, a couple things. One, we got a super chat from Animatronics Artist Drawing, and they said, "Can you do a Looney Tunes Lost Media video?" You know, I like never even thought about Looney Tunes Lost Media. Like, it's never even crossed my mind. But that's surprising when you consider how much lost content there must be from Looney Tunes. So, yeah, I'm actually interested in that. I'm glad you mentioned that. I totally didn't think of it, but that sounds like a really good idea. I'll have to do some research about it, but that sounds like it could happen. And then I saw that Cybersonic said, "I bet that 3D All Stars isn't going to be gone forever. Nintendo's just going to re-release a worse version." Yeah, I don't really want to get into like a big like Nintendo like a big Nintendo rant now, but I definitely do think that like they're just pulling the wool over your eyes with how they're going to like Mario 35 is going to be gone and yeah, 3D All Stars is going to be gone. Like we've seen this time and time again with Nintendo. They always have a way of manipulating their customers to their advantage. Like I remember, do you guys remember that game Jump Rope Challenge?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that was cool. That was
And
really
like
fun.
and like originally, I remember they said that I don't remember. I don't remember what year it came out. A couple of years ago. Anyway, they said that like after a certain point, the game was being discontinued. I think it was like in September of. I don't even remember what year it was. I honestly don't remember. But at a certain point, they said that the game was going to be discontinued. And I remember thinking like, damn, I'm glad I downloaded it when I did, because I never really played it very much, but it's just fun to have like games you can't get anymore. And then guess what they did? They permanently put it on the eShop forever. And I'm like, wow, like why did they bother doing that? So I feel like if they were going to do that for like a one-off game that like no one even downloaded, like they're not going to discontinue Mario. There's absolutely no way. I think Mario Bros 35 is going to keep going. They might rework it or like change some features, but like I would be shocked if Mario 35 straight up dies on the 31st. And yeah, Mario 3D All Stars, I guarantee you they're not going to get rid of that game altogether.
My theory is that they're probably just gonna separate it into multiple other games, or do something really stupid and just make, oh, by the way, we now randomly just have N64, GameCube, and Wii on Nintendo Switch Online. Yeah, we just did this randomly.
Yeah, Nintendo's like that's one of their, like I said, one of their biggest controversies, alongside with how they can't communicate with their fans very well. Like I said, with the DSi and with the jump rope thing, where they were like, "Oh, we're gonna kill it in this." I don't know when it came out as well. We're gonna kill it in this time point, and then nothing ever happens. It's like the same thing with the what I just said. Basically, the thing that got the community pissed off was how Nintendo didn't do like a clear announcement that they were gonna like remove these 3DS, I mean these DSiWare games off the 3DS's eShop, and that basically got everyone mad since with the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, which got discontinued, they basically made it a big deal by announcing it pretty advanced. And yeah,
Yeah, I remember when the Nintendo Wi-Fi thing was being discontinued with the Wii era and stuff, and that like it sucked that it happened because I remember everyone was sad about it, but like
yeah,
you knew it was coming, and I'm glad that they did it when they did, because it gave everyone time. I think after a certain point, they prevented you from putting more funds into your account, but you still had a good chunk of time before then to do so. So it gave everyone time to like put funds into their account and like get any final games you want. And I think that was really good that they did that. But that was Nintendo, what, 2 years ago? I literally feel like they've only
I think
gotten
that
worse.
was Wii U. Yeah, that was Wii U and 3DS era when they shut down the Wi-Fi connection. When it comes to Switch era, they don't tell you anything.
Yeah, I just feel like Nintendo is just like so like, man, they're just so like out of touch with like everything. And like
Man,
I
I
used
re-
to like defend Nintendo a lot. Like I used to really be like a Nintendo defender. Like I used to not really criticize them, but man, Nintendo just sucks. Like they might have good games, but everything else, or yeah, like but everything else is just like it's just bad.
I really miss virtual consoles. That was like, that was basically.
Yeah, and that's something I watched a video once. I don't even remember who it was by. But I watched a video about the virtual console once, and he made like a really good point that like the Wii Virtual Console was like a really really like
A
it
big
was
library, right?
yeah, it was like important. It was important to the digital preservation and official releases of all those old games. Um, and he made a point that like every time Nintendo releases a new console, they have to build the entire like virtual console library infrastructure, like have to build the whole thing all over again.
Yeah,
And
that really frustrates me kind of, if they're doing the same thing when it comes to like the Nintendo Switch Online thing, but it's slower. Like till this day, we have like NES and SNES games with a small amount of games, while in Virtual Console era we had like, I think 5 or 100 like games per week, and they don't even do licensed games as well. In the Virtual Console era, they basically did these licensed games like the Super Star Wars games on the Super Nintendo and the etc etc, but they don't do that. So that pretty proves that Nintendo has changed with their legacy content, and that's kind of so sad.
something else that I think is interesting too, um, that's kind of like I guess like more like a trivial fact is once the Wii U Virtual Console goes down, you will never be able to officially play original DS games like on your TV, because the Wii Virtual Console has a DS section and they have a bunch of DS games there. And if you buy it, you can play them on your TV because they go, the Wii U's
Yeah,
whatever.
that was pretty adorable. Yeah, that I liked it, even though they
Yeah,
didn't.
and like what is like it's like mind blowing to me, and why I always feel like that's so important. Like, because like once they announce the Wii U eShop is going down for the US, I actually might go on the eShop and just buy every single DS game because I'll never be able to play them on a TV officially like again. And that's important because like like I don't know why Nintendo never released any kind of peripheral for the Wii or the Wii U that allowed you to play DS and 3DS games on the TV. Like I don't know, like I know that like
The
like
GameCube had
Nintendo.
Game Boy Color or Game Boy Player, right? Something like
Yes,
that.
they did for GameCube. They had Game Boy Player. Yep, and you could play Game Boy Advance, original Game Boy. I think, and I think you could play
And
all the Game
Color,
Boy.
yeah, you could play all 3 generations of Game Boy on the GameCube. And I feel like I saw you could also play crossplay with the Game Boy consoles too, which I found pretty awesome.
Now that I think about it, you can play Game Boy Color games or no Game Boy. I know
Game
that the
Boy
Super
Advance,
Nintendo.
yeah, Wii U had Game Boy Advance, and for the 3DS, they had they had the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, and they did Game Boy Advance, but that was for ambassadors only. And the scummy thing was for 3DS as well. That was exclusively for new Nintendo 3DS's models. And
I remember.
before we continue on, we got a super chat from Animatronics Artist Drawing, $5 again.
Oh,
Getting a lot of super chats.
Anyone want to read it or
yeah. They say, can you do a video on the Looney Tunes review? It is an animatronic show of the Looney Tunes characters. The shows are lost. You should look it up. Man, I feel like I've seen something about that before when I was looking into like Showbiz Pizza stuff. I swear I remember seeing like Looney Tunes.
Yeah, that's on the Lost Media wiki page. I think in the front page you could see it or something like that. I
Oh,
know what he's
okay.
talking about. Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Cool. Yeah, then honestly, if that's your Looney Tunes Lost Media request video, then because I wanted to do Looney Tunes stuff. Honestly, yeah, I could see myself doing that. And I've always wanted to do like a Showbiz Pizza video. I just never got around to it years ago. So yeah, honestly, I'll read the article and see what I can do for that one. That sounds kind of cool. I like Showbiz Pizza stuff.
Anyways, RIP Virtual Console forever. We miss you really much.
Okay, so we are an hour in the stream.
And we have like hold on, I want to see. Oh yeah, we have like hold on, which one's we have 80 likes, bro, and we have a balanced dislike and like ratio, and I think it's gonna change after I said that.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for tuning in with us. Yeah.
Anything else like? Okay, I'm gonna look at the list. We
Awesome. I
have.
disliked it.
Oh, we are. I
We
fucking
got
knew.
trolled.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. We got trolled. Um. I think we should do this interesting one. To just it's a question basically. That I used to have when I was entering the Lost Media community.
Wait, hold on.
Oh wait, sorry.
Don't one of you guys know like Red Boy Paul or something?
Oh, I do. Yep. What?
He's in
What
the
is
chat.
it? Oh, hey, what's up, dude? Oh, nice. Nice to see you. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, what were you getting
You
at?
were gonna say something and then you stopped.
Oh,
me?
yeah, we were gonna transition. I was gonna transition to a question or like a topic of a question saying, how to get into the LMW community or how to be a big part of it. That I think one of you guys wanted to do that question.
I'm trying to remember.
You LSSQ mentioned that you wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, now I'm trying to remember like what I even was gonna say about how to get into the Lost Media community because I know we did talk about it last week, and I feel like there was some kind of like different twist on it. I wanted to get at, but I honestly can't
I feel
remember
like
what it
we
was.
should elaborate further on the thought we had last time. So, yeah.
About how to get into the community.
Yeah, because like we kept it like just kind of vague, I guess.
Well, what did we even say last time? I don't even remember.
It was just like, oh, join the Discord and look at the wiki and the forums and stuff like that.
I think you said
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember like because when we opened the stream and I went off on the big rant or whatever like that like I knew what I was going for, but now I'm trying to like remember like what was like going for. Okay, Kiyokari4 said, "What would be the first step to finding lost media?" Yeah, okay, well, I guess I'll start there. I guess the whole thing about the community, and maybe this kind of connects back to like being a being a troll and saying you have stuff when you don't. Like that doesn't help. What?
No, I was just like giving an example.
Oh, yeah. I guess like okay. I think I kind of okay. The thing with the community and the best way to get into it, if you guys want to get into the community, right, is to it's not even so much to like contribute in the sense of like finding new stuff. Like a lot of people aren't good at finding stuff or searching for stuff, and like that's fine. But
Like
just
me.
what?
Like me, I said.
Oh,
Continue. I don't.
yeah, but just like keeping certain topics alive or just being like involved in a search, just being there, like helps the morale of the search and helps, show that there's interest in it. Like somebody mentioned this earlier in the chat, and I guess I'll talk about it a little bit. The lost subway commercial thing, if you guys remember that, like that's still an ongoing search, right? And every now and then I get like notifications from the channel for that, of people kind of just like talking about if there's any new leads and kind of spitballing ideas about where we can search for next. And like even just that is like good, because like it gets people like looking at the channel and it gets people active in the channel, and like no one wants like a dead channel. Like you're not going to get anything accomplished if no one talks in it. So like even just doing that is like a really good way to like help a search. And like yeah, I really don't know why I put this on the list, because I don't want to restate everything I talked about last week.
I mean, if you want, I could probably do this, because in my next lost media video, I'm talking about ethics of lost media searching. So
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You
Take it away.
okay, so if you're getting ready to join the lost media community, it's pretty easy. It's not like a suit and tie kind of business, but like don't go in there like with your brain running on like Temple OS and like just running at like 0 miles per hour, repeating everything that everybody else says. When you join a search, you have to make sure that you bring something new to the table and always have the same amount of information as everyone else. Because one of the things that I see in this community a lot during a lot of searches is people will show up and they'll rehash information that's been said like 3 years back. There always has to be like a steady like source of information, and I think that's kind of why the wiki's there as well. That way you can always catch up on updated stuff there too. Because the websites and the Discord and the forum, like I said earlier, they are probably the biggest part of this community because they keep everyone fresh and updated with new information. Which, it's awesome, but like the goal here is to always stay informed and, with all that kind of stuff too. And another thing with staying informed is also do the informing as well. So if you're going to like reach out to contact somebody, let everybody else who's like involved in this specific search know that you're reaching out to this person, because that's something not a lot of people do. And then they're like, "Oh, why are you contacting me?" when like 20 other people contacted me. Nobody said anything about that. And oh cool, my birds are making noise. Okay, well, um so, basically when you're contacting people, there's a lot of stuff that like really goes into it, but like just kind of be a nice person about it too. That's another thing I noticed in this community. Like sometimes people actually just like message people and say, "Give me lost media now." It's like, what is wrong with you? Like that's not going to get you anywhere.
I
You gotta
can't
be
be.
professional.
Also don't also don't like waste your time creating like or I don't know if you guys like the stream or like those type of people, but basically they'll create like fake media to get attention. We don't want to repeat that situation that happened in On the Hunt 3. And speaking of which, like the discords on the hunts are like basically a
Those are an
gateway.
excellent way to get involved because those take like large portions of the community and they all get together and they search for one thing and it's a lot of fun, honestly. And if
Yeah,
you're
it
looking to
is.
join the Lost Media community, that's a great place to start too.
I think that is a really great starting point if you want to get into like finding lost media. Like I remember On the Hunt 3 was really huge and very active chat to talk about and make theories that could possibly be true or related to the topic, etc., etc. So yeah.
I guess another like good place to start would be a piece of lost media that like not that many people are looking for. Because the first venture into like a lost media search that I did was the 321 Penguins test animation shorts. And nobody was really looking for those at the time. Like literally nobody at all. And so I guess it like gave me a good chance to like kind of work on my own first just to see what I was capable of. So like always scope out things that like nobody's really touching. That way you can kind of experiment with that a bit. You know, like not really in a bad way, but just kind of like check it out, see what you're capable of, see what your strengths and weaknesses are when looking for lost media. Because you know, if you're like somebody who's good at writing emails, then you know you're probably good at contacting people. But if you're good at like getting all this information, like checking archives or watching old recordings of commercials from 2008 or something, then everybody has like a specific like thing that they're good at. So it's probably best that you look for things that you're really good at.
Can I say one thing that's related to this subject? One thing that I found was just finding lost media that like has to do with stuff that you're interested in. Because if you're just trying to hop onto a trend, that's probably not the best thing. However, with the me and my friends stuff, I was a pretty big fan of the Backyardigans when I was a young kid, and so learning that there was lost media related to that and that there was an actual when I saw LSSQ's first video on it, I got really interested in that because I used to be a LSSQ fan. However, I'm not saying that I'm not anymore, but I'm saying like from that perspective. However, when Sewer Reviewer restarted the search, I was like, well, now I'm older. Now I actually know what to do, and I've wanted to get into this community for a little while, and so I saw this as a good opportunity, and so I was like, well, this is something that I'm interested in, and so I got into the community, and now I'm here, and so I'd say just look for like try and start your own searches for things that you're interested in. If there's stuff that's actually searchable and findable, so that you can like quantifiably say someone has this exists somewhere, then try and find it. That's the best way for me, and then try and find people that also want to find it.
This is going off of your thing about how you're older now, so you're looking for lost media. I don't think this really needs to be said, but it's kind of really more implied. Make sure that you fall within like terms of service age-wise when joining these communities, because like nobody's gonna listen to you. First off, you're like 12. If you're 12, get out of here. Nobody wants you here. And make sure that like, I guess, hold on, my brain is ringing at like 3 megabits per second right now. I guess just kind of like make yourself like reasonably like able to be around, if that makes sense, because like there's a lot of kids in like I'm not gonna like say this is a bad thing, but there's like a lot of kids who are in the LMW community. Not all of them are bad, but just some of them are just like I don't hate kids, but it'd be pretty funny if I strangled one of them. Make sure that like I could stand being around you.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
Wow.
and I'd say that's some pretty good blackmail. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Sewer
Anyways,
strangles kids?
anyways,
There are
What?
people watching.
I was just gonna say, wait, hold on. I remembered this after going the entire night by forgetting it. And I just want to say too, I guess it's more like a PSA about lost media as well. This isn't a call out. I'm just, again, it's like a PSA. Be smart about what you're looking for, because like I don't want anyone to like like ruin their computer or something trying to find lost media. Recently there was this thing in the lost media channel on the Discord server, and we were talking about the Jimmy Two Shoes pilot, and someone had found so, someone had found, quote unquote, a download link to the pilot, and they were like sending it to us, and they're like, guys, you have to download this, it's the pilot. And we're just like, no, it's not the pilot, that's a really suspicious link, no one clicked that link. So just like, like don't ruin your computer like by looking for lost media. Don't trust sketchy websites. I know it can be like enticing to like want to be the one to find something, but like it's not worth like risking your like privacy or your computer or whatever, especially on like sketchy websites that like, if it's not even like an animation website or like an like a Nickelodeon website or whatever the topic is, like don't trust it. And yes, there have been some lost media found in really weird ways, like the Mr. Potato Head series was found on like a torrent or something, but like if you're not knowledgeable about that stuff, don't do that. And another thing too is no, like if you're going to like search really far and wide for certain things, and if you are going to risk downloading stuff, which I don't recommend, but if like if you're going to do it anyway, at least have some kind of idea about like the credentials for your topic. Like for example, with the Jimmy Two Shoes thing, the person who had like said they found the pilot, like the webpage said like pilot 2009. Well, the Jimmy Two Shoes pilot is from 2006. So like that can't possibly be it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to be careful about things, cuz I don't want anyone to like ruin their computer or whatever like looking for lost media. So like you have to have some caution about that kind of stuff and just know what you're doing. Like I'll be totally like upfront about this when it comes to like torrenting or downloading or going to the deep web for stuff, which people have like, whatever, that's its own thing. Like I don't do any of that stuff because I don't know anything about it, and I just steer clear of that. I'm good at contacting people and finding people's like resumes, so that's what I stick to. I don't go outside of like my capabilities when it comes to like looking for stuff. So you have to like learn what your limits are as well.
Cool. Yeah, that's I forgot what I was gonna say.
I do want to say something as well. Lost media should be obtained in a very legal way. Don't like I don't know if this has already been said, but I'm just rephrasing something Sewer said a while ago. Don't like do any like illegal stuff like hacking just to obtain lost media and such. It
And
should
also
be
another thing, don't lie to people to try and get lost media. Like don't say to this creator of this pilot, like, oh, my son is autistic and is dying of cancer and he really wants to see this pilot. It would mean the world to him to see it. Like that's just
okay,
scummy.
dude.
No, I've seen people try and do that before. Not even just within lost media. But, like, just
Wow.
don't
Oh my
do that. Don't lie to
Wow.
people to get lost media.
Yeah, don't rickroll them either.
Also, one
Don't
more.
troll them.
Yeah, no troll. Also, one more little tidbit for lost media. Make sure if it's like found off YouTube or something like that, to like archive it as fast as possible. Don't let lost media become or found media become lost media again. I saw like
Oh,
a fan art on Twitter about it from the official account, and that's pretty good advice as well.
yeah,
And
I was
one
at.
one
Oh,
example of it. Sorry. Let me just. Sorry.
Yeah, oh, what was your example? It might be the same thing I was thinking of.
Okay, my example was one of the Sesame Street lost videos, like one of the segments of like I don't know what it was, but basically it was on YouTube for a while until I think the Viacom purge or whatever that event happened, and Viacom took the video down, and it was lost for like decades until like Blame It on Jorge's video on the Sesame Street lost media happened, and they were able to found it. That's
Okay,
my example. What was
yeah,
yours?
that wasn't what I was thinking of, but for me it was the Space Channel 5 MTV News pilot. It was it was like a little like pilot demonstration that MTV I guess was gonna do
Oh,
like a news show that had Ooh La La from Space Channel 5 like narrating like real world news stuff. I think the series was canceled because the series was canceled because it was too hard. I think MTV said it was too hard to like keep up with current news with the amount of time it would take for dubbing and animating, which makes sense. But there was a pilot for that was on YouTube for the longest time, like 10 years or something. And then like a couple months ago, Viacom had taken it down. And the uploader, people were contacting the uploader and being like, "Oh, you got to try and like appeal the case or whatever it is." And he actually did it. And he got it back up. And everyone's like, "Cool, like that's it. Like crisis averted." And literally like 2 weeks after that, it was copyright striked again. I don't I don't remember if it was put back up or not, but my point is though that like when it came back up that second time, I think I told people grab this in case something else ever happens to it again. So I think we have mirrors of it now, which is fine.
It's
In
pretty
the actual
easy.
video might what?
It's pretty. I said it's
we have
pretty
a
easy to convert. I mean, MP4s like
we have a
those stuff.
super chat, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yusuf Sultan thanks for the 139 Canadian dollars again.
Yeah, thanks for the swag emoji.
Swag emoji.
yeah. I think that was Marin Hack said I thought the MTV Space Channel 5 was a bumper, not a series. No, it was a series pitch actually. And it was never picked up. But yeah, so definitely, and I think the same thing happened with the All That pilot too. At one point, the All That pilot was on YouTube in full. It was taken down. We couldn't find a copy. And I think it was refound
Yeah, it
again.
was re-uploaded, I think.
And another Nick thing, wasn't the what's it called? Drake and Josh pilot on YouTube and then got striked by
Oh,
And it
Viacom?
was by Dan
yeah.
Schneider. Dan Schneider uploaded that, and Nickelodeon took it down. That
Oh, they did.
that was
Oh.
Yeah, it was Dan Schneider originally, but Nickelodeon was like, that's our property. We can do whatever we want with it, just like what we did with SpongeBob. So
I thought
delete.
I thought people were saying that the actual full pilot was uploaded. Like, I didn't know they were referring to the clip where it had a different dad actor.
Yeah, it had a different dad and
Did they
all
ever
that.
find out who that guy was?
It was some actor who was originally gonna play the dad, but due to like I think schedule conflicts, they basically decide to recast the dad to the popular guy now.
Which I'm
Or he
glad they
didn't
did.
reach Dan Schneider's foot quota. Who knows?
Or it's
Yeah.
like union
Sure.
union stuff. Because I've seen that before, where in pilots the insert character here was played by a different person, and the reason why they didn't stay for the final series is because of like actor union, whatever.
Yeah. Also, Viacom is the biggest enemy to lost media. That's another thing you should write down for newcomers.
Oh, Seeker of the Lost said Stephen First was the dad.
Stephen First, okay, that's his name. Oh yeah, people are saying
All right,
it.
let me add him on Facebook real quick.
I wonder if I think someone said in chat. I wonder if the original Power Rangers pilot is still on YouTube. I think it still is. I remember like seeing it a while ago or years ago on there.
Oh, someone else said Stephen First died.
Yeah, I just saw that. Damn, is that really true? That'll be sad if it is. I remember the Hey Arnold pilot was on YouTube, but then Viacom took it down over copyright. Yeah, Viacom. When it comes to lost media like stuff
Or just
with Viacom,
media in general, they take down anything.
yeah, I think Binya, which rarely got any airing on Nick Jr., was taken down when it got found like early this year too, and people were really outraged about it.
Did we have any other specific topics that we were gonna cover?
I don't think
Um,
so.
Hold on, I have to list again. Um, this could
because I
be
think
like I have like there's a
Oh,
few of
oh,
them,
oh,
but
the
I feel
sponge,
like yeah, the SpongeBob
SpongeBob.
baseball animation, but I don't know if you have like any updates on that or if it was a thing.
Oh yeah, I think it was mostly just gonna be me like plugging the search. And we were talking about Viacom, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good transition. All right, take it away. Sorry.
yeah. So speaking of Viacom and stuff that they can't take down because it like doesn't even exist. Well, it does. Well, pretty much.
Except confirmed.
Recently I did a video on another thread from the forums, which was a topic about um a lost SpongeBob animation about like how to have fun in baseball. And the thread itself is pretty old. It was first posted about in 2018 and only recently did it really gain a lot of attention. Well, I mean, recently did I start finding it and stuff. But anyway, um so it's this cool mystery about someone having attended a baseball game back in the mid 2000s, and um there was rumors, or he claimed, I guess, that there was this exclusive animation of SpongeBob that played at the event, which was him telling everyone how to play baseball and have fun and stuff. And I guess he looked for it online, and it became, and it's lost, I guess. So people were kind of trying to figure out what this animation was. And I did a video on it if you guys want more in depth look at that kind of stuff, at that kind of thing. But anyway, um,
I think that might be all that we have to talk. I mean, there's probably more stuff that we could talk about, but that's all the topics that we plan to talk about.
oh yeah, we can maybe just go to chat after
Yeah, let's like. I
well,
think
after I
there's
finish this though,
okay.
there was more to it because since the video has first come out or whatever, a lot of people have been showing me clips of SpongeBob at various baseball games and stuff. Trying to find out which one is the one that OP could be remembering. What's curious though about all the things I've been linked so far is that none of them really fit what OP had been describing, and a lot of the clips aren't even. I don't even think it's I don't even think that the video clips are from Dr. Pepper Ballpark, which is a place, one of the ballparks in Texas where we believe it took place. So people are kind of finding stuff. It's just kind of evidence that OP was remembering correctly that this does exist. It's not just like a false memory, because SpongeBob has made appearances at different baseball venues before in various ways, but no one has found the actual like SpongeBob baseball lecture animation yet, which is kind of what we're looking for. I think some more. I know that I think Pika Fusion or Sato Pika, they usually come to these streams. Um, I think they actually had posted some updates in the thread of material that they had found after my video came out. I think they tagged me in it as well, but I haven't gotten around to replying yet. Um, but yeah, um, we may have found. I think we found some more contacts to some people. Someone else actually, I think, someone from minor league baseball actually said that um like they do remember SpongeBob related material. Vincent Waller, I think someone posted it in the forums or somewhere. I saw that Vincent Waller never got back to me, but someone else had tweeted him about it, and he actually said that he didn't remember it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, which is pretty interesting because I guess that kind of means that it likely might. And I saw Casper Kane said, I think that clip of Tom Kenny recording SpongeBob lines is probably for the. Oh, we got a super chat. Is probably for the SpongeBob baseball commercial. Yeah, there was a lot of speculation about what the what the Tom Kenny recording the baseball lines was for. I've seen some videos of people saying that it was used at stadiums. I've seen some people saying it was used for different commercials. So I don't know if we found the true like reason that it exists yet, but that is something that gets thrown out there. It's something else to consider. And Sultan said, how to find a Simpsons short made for a hockey game back in the early 2000s. I have vivid memories. I posted about it in the Lost Media Wiki Discord. I feel like I know a lot less about SpongeBob, or I know a lot less about the Simpsons than I do SpongeBob, but I would assume it's probably the same kind of formula. You'd have to contact like the hockey associations or the hockey leagues, maybe. I guess Vincent Waller maybe would remember, or not Vincent Waller. Someone who worked on the Simpsons crew might remember it. What hockey stadium was it at? So all these questions, I guess, are relevant in that kind of situation as well. We're kind of like, I feel like we're kind of like putting together this puzzle piece of a mystery, and once we like fully put it together, we'll be able to like use its framework for other searches that are like about exclusive animations at like sporting events, which will be really cool. But yeah, that just want to kind of throw it out there that exists, and we've made some progress about it, which is good. So I think that was kind of it. All I wanted to say, I guess. I guess I should have actually, out of all the things to read up on, I guess that was the one thing I should have actually read up on. But people were like messaging me on Twitter about it, and I was like, there's a lot of information in the forums that I just haven't gotten around to reading yet. So, yeah, that's that. And I saw Rat said, "Hey, El Supersonic, what's up, Rat? Glad you could stop by." Yeah. So if you guys have anything else to say, I mean, we're not ending this right now. I'm just saying that if you guys have anything else to say, like go for it, and we'll kind of just turn it to the chat, I guess. After if you guys have any other topics you want to talk about.
I love you all, chat. I love you, chat. I love you all.
All right.
I do have something to say, actually. Actually, no, never mind.
Well, it was a
So-
thought that was lost media. Oh well.
Lost.
Yeah, I guess we can just turn it to chat then. A lot of people talking about stuff. I saw Casper Kane said, "Can you tell us about Super Y?" I guess a lot of people missed like the Super Y pilot, or I guess we when we did talk about it. I guess maybe a lot of people...
Should I say?
Recap time. Start.
Okay, guys, this may come as a surprise to you, but somebody recently said on the Lost Media Archive that they had the Super Y pilot, okay? And they said it was going to be uploaded today. And at the beginning of the stream, the current status for the thing on the archive wiki page said currently being uploaded, please check back soon. It still says that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this now because I have the clarification from the person who said that they had it. I reached out to them during the stream, actually, and they got back to me. They were, in fact, trolling. They do not have the Super Y pilot. It sucks.
Oh.
I know it's not there. So yeah, don't attack this person, okay? Obviously don't attack them. They don't need to be attacked for any of that crap. I know you guys are like
Good.
savage animals. But
Hey.
I would recommend not doing that. But yeah. So the Super Y pilot, they were trolling. It's unfortunate. Unfortunately, this does happen in the community, so you take the good with the bad. But like I said, don't attack this person. They're sorry about it from what they said to me. But I'm gonna keep their identity anonymous. But they were indeed trolling. So yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and fix that page on the archive, you can. Yeah.
Or don't
Yeah.
bother because the archive is garbage anyway. But I guess
I
the,
know, right?
Just throwing shade at the archive.
I mean, I
It's
feel like there was like, okay, I'm not gonna get into a big a big rant about this, but I feel like I have like an allegiance to the lostmediawiki.com, and I have to like, I don't want to say trash the archive, but it's just the thing is, and this gets into a very like bigger complicated issue. I won't get on. Maybe we'll save this for next stream. But what a lot of you guys probably don't know if you haven't been in the Lost Media scene for as long as I have is there was some crazy falling out with some of the Lost Media Wiki admins over at the archive because the archive used to be the Lost Media archive used to be the Lost Media Wiki, and there was a crazy falling out many years ago that led to the creation of the lostmediawiki.com, which is what I use now and everyone uses now. So out of respect for like all the fallout and everything, I feel like I have like an allegiance to the lostmediawiki.com. So I don't want to like promote the archive or like recommend people go there. I mean, if you use it, I don't really know why you use it, but you can. I'm not saying like I'm not trying to preach to people here, but like, yeah, it's just funny when you said like go fix it. I really don't care if it even gets fixed because anyone who is part of the main Lost Media community is using the wiki.com, and I don't think that article ever said. There were some comments actually posted in the article. There were comments that discussed that someone on the archive had the pilot, but I don't think the actual article was changed at all to state that someone had the pilot. But what I was going to say was if there's any like hope, if there's any hope that the Superwide pilot will be found, I had made some leads because I figured this was a troll, so I will get on those leads and try and get that found for you guys. I saw Frame Raiders in the chat. What's up, Frame Raider?
Frame Raider. Also sub Yoshi Killer 2S as well. He's in the chat as well.
Oh, what's up, Yoshi Killer? Okay, wait. I don't know if maybe like people. Okay, I don't know if this is a meme or people just got confused, but I'm just gonna clarify. It's the lostmediawiki.com that my allegiance is to. The Lost Media archive it just exists. And maybe next week we'll get into we can talk about the like how the lostmediawiki.com was actually created.
Yeah,
or
the
something
history.
like that.
That is an interesting story.
Yeah. Should we also like for next week mention that's one of my heroes as well that we talked about when we were originally talking about that situation too?
What?
Hold on, I'm gonna type in chat. Well, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
All right.
Um.
All right. So I guess we leave it to chat again.
Yeah, let's just take chat questions for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
I think because I think we pretty much hit everything we were gonna hit.
Yeah. Let's. Okay, I think this one's interesting. Aaron Elliott. There has been a potential new discovery of a new logo for Circle 7 on the Lost Media article talking about it. Do you guys know where it originally came from and is it true or not? I'm not sure about that one. I do know a lot about Circle 7 and their history, but this is pretty new that they have a new logo. Oh, that was Yoshi Killer. Okay, Yoshi Killer was the one who found it.
Interesting.
I'm looking at this logo right now. It kind of looks like a stock kind of thing from a
Share in
different.
the chat. I mean, share in this chat right now. I want to see.
All right, give me a
Because
second. Okay, it did not. All right.
all right. Let
Oh,
me see.
hold on. I just gotta make a comment about this. JLMJGR said, "What are your thoughts on the recent fake still for the Subway commercial?" Oh my god, that was.
Oh, there
I
was
wasn't even thinking about that when I had my like fake Lost Media rant earlier, but like that's a perfect example of it too. I honestly don't even remember. Oh, yeah, I didn't really like follow along with with who posted it or like what the source was, I guess. Like I know that it came from Reddit. I think someone claimed that it was from the commercial. They had like there was some sketchy stuff going on with it. Like they had like made a post about it, but like deleted it and like reposted it and like changed some information because like they got it wrong the first time, and that was like a super big red flag. And ultimately, we decided that yeah, the whole thing was fake. But it's like, man, like why you gotta do that? What? Like why you gotta like be posting a fake still for the stuff for the Subway commercial? Luckily, it didn't really fool a lot of people. And Baron, who is like the head of the search, he's like, well, I don't think that this doesn't seem right to me. So we kind of like believed him anyway. And we're like, okay, this is way too suspicious. But yeah, that was so stupid. I just thought it was like, I don't want to say it's like clever. I don't want to like I don't want to like encourage people, but like, I don't even know where it came from, like what the source of the image was. So like on first glance for a fake, it was actually pretty decent. But yeah, just kind of
Yeah.
dumb that anyone even bothered to do it. I just don't really understand why you'd waste time faking it. Like, I just don't get it. Did you guys have anything else to say about the Circle 7 logo or?
It looks really ugly in my
Oh,
opinion.
well, I just saw Yoshi Killer said the logo was found on a production crew jacket, and the one on the article is a cleaned up version.
Oh, nice. That's really, yeah, no wonder the quality's pretty cool.
That's really interesting. I've never really seen the prior logo, so I can't really say, oh, it's. But yeah, that's interesting.
I saw Zoog Weekends 2002 said, did you see my comment in the last live stream about freaks? People on Reddit want to spread the word about the search for. I think I saw the comment. I didn't have time to look into what that was, but I can do that. I'll check it out. Um, wait, there was someone else I wanted to like. What the heck? Sato Pika was here. Yeah. We talked. I just talked about you. We just talked about the SpongeBob thing. I saw that you had tagged me in the article. I didn't look at I just kind of like glanced over the leads. I didn't really look super close at them yet, but it seemed really promising from what I looked at. So yes, I will look at those more in depth when I have more time. Jane said, what are our favorite obscure lost media? That's a pretty good question.
I think that's a pretty good question since we had like in our list of things to discuss like iconic searches, but we never dug into that, but that's so.
Oh yeah, the iconic searches. Yeah, we were going to talk about iconic searches. Like I'm just getting a picture. Yeah, we're going to talk about iconic searches. We never really did, I guess. I think there was too much overlap with some other stuff we ranted about, but or I ranted about. But I don't know. Do you guys have any favorite obscure searches?
Obscure searches.
One second, I'll be right back. I need to grab something real quick.
I think it's something I would something. Let me see because I think I've known some obscure searches before, but I'm not
This
sure.
isn't obscure, but it's like not as talked about as much. It's the Wilkins and Watkins coffee commercials,
Oh yeah, that
like
was
the Jim Henson ones.
the Jim Henson's
Yeah,
voice.
Wilkins
rest in
coffee.
peace, Jim Henson.
Yeah, RRP. Um,
He died like 20 years ago.
yeah, that's that insane. One that I think. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can refresh my memory on obscure searches that have gone like really successful or something like that. I think one of them is Binia Binia, in my opinion, because like I remember one of my favorite YouTubers, ShroomTube. Back then, ShroomTube talked about it, and then it wasn't that well known in the lost media community, even though like it was like by Nickelodeon and it was aired on Nick Jr. But recently, like I said before, it was actually found um early this year, and Viacom somehow tried to like delete it.
I'm back.
I saw
Hi,
that.
Rift. Welcome back.
Hi, Riff, I love you.
Okay.
I don't.
I saw that Fruity Patootie said, "How are you guys doing on the Burger King search?" I guess this actually does kind of fall along obscure stuff because the Burger King one didn't really catch on originally, but I've been working with a couple people recently, and they've been finding a lot of stuff. It's just like a private little like DM group, so or I guess it's a server, but I don't think it's like a public server. So I guess it's kind of just like a little private DM group essentially. But
Is this the Philips CDI Burger King training stuff?
yeah, it is.
Okay, I was just making sure because you just said Burger King, and so I was a little bit vague.
Oh yeah. It was the CDI stuff. Okay, like I'm just gonna like throw this out there. We didn't find the actual discs yet, so like don't go crazy. But we're finding a lot of new information, some more potential leads, a lot of stuff I didn't even know was out there. I don't think me and Frame Raider ever would have even found it because it just seemed to take a completely different path than the path we had been going on. So, yeah, we've been making well, not me, but they've been making some really good progress on that. So, when an update video is warranted, I'll probably make one or at least just let you guys know. But that's still very much like in the works. But yes, the search is going pretty good with that actually.
I also want to mention another obscure thing. It was the 3D Groove games. They're kind of like flash. I don't know if they were flash games, but they were kind of like 3D online games that were from the 1998 through 2009, which has had a following in Lost Media community, but it hasn't been like not delved on like YouTube based Lost Media and like that much. But by the way, it's also like a ton of it has been found or partially found, but there's a amount of them that have been that are still lost to this day. That's
There's one search that I've been working on, and I've mentioned this before, but the Einstein Pal search. At first, I thought that we found the IMDb had the full cast and crew list for it. However, and like it is verifiable that it was real. However, what was really strange was I think that this is probably something where many people are under NDA because we emailed the editor and then he was like, "Why do you want to know?" And then he never responded, and then no one else responded with that. So it's a very interesting situation and very decently obscure. Although it's kind of funny because if you go onto the Lost Media Wiki and then you go into categories and then you do Lost Puppetry, it is the only entry, only page that starts with a letter E, which I found pretty interesting.
What was this again? What was the topic?
The Einstein Pals Lost series.
Oh.
Let me send the page in the both in the chat of the stream and also into the group chat.
Also, I saw I just saw Marin said not lost but rare from what I know. I used to have DVDs of Thomas and Friends and they were ads for a show called Todd's World. I can't find much about it and only small clips.
I
and
remember
ads.
Todd's World.
I don't
I
know what that is.
remember it. Oh my god, it was this weird kid. He was like multicolored and stuff. The show actually aired on Cubo for a while, but I remember that show. Is there like nothing of it online? I probably have probably have it on DVD or something.
Nice.
Speaking of Cubo,
Oh, sewer. Oh,
Sewer reviewer or
you want to say
sewer
anything about
raper.
Cubo? Or
Cubo's gone. It's gone. It's never coming back, guys. It's gone. I think like they replaced the channel with like some like Law and Order like thing. I don't remember.
Choo-choo.
oh wait, Framery said something interesting as well. And possibly after LSSQ could go. I think the reason people get hesitant to share that stuff is because they might think you're trolling, you're a troll trying to find some dirt on them through this just a thought that came out of his head. All right. Yeah, that's kind of a good point. We love Kibo. Sultan gave a link to a Todd's World episode too. I want to see if this like helps me refresh my memory.
Yeah, I think there's a
Oh.
lot of obscure lost media out there, and like both in terms of stuff that isn't found, and then like stuff that is like unconfirmed, and then stuff that is confirmed to exist, but no one really knows how to go about it, searching for it.
Oh yeah, I think I kind of remember this show, but I didn't see that much of it. I just like knew it as a kid, but I didn't see it. Yeah, that was kind of familiar. All right. Kivo is now in channel heaven with Teletoon Retro, Discovery Kids, and more. I think Hub is also rest
Noggin.
in peace. Rest in peace to Hub and Duncan, or wait, was it?
Also,
Like Hub.
Sprout was, I think,
Ah,
replaced
yeah,
with-
Sprout.
I think Sprout was replaced with like the block was the same. They just changed the name to like Universal or Discovery Kids or something like that.
Yeah,
Noggin was replaced by Nick Jr.
yeah, not. And
Well-
Playhouse Disney was replaced by Disney Jr.
What's really weird is that Nick Jr. and Noggin coexisted for like a bajillion years, and now Noggin is just a streaming platform for
Yeah.
not streaming as in like, you know, hey guys, today I'm gonna be streaming Lazy Town. It's like streaming as in like, you know, Disney Plus or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are number one.
All right. Did LSSQ want to say something?
I don't I don't know. Did I? Was I in the middle of saying something?
No. You just said in chat like the one above me. There was a
You said you had
Oh.
more comments you wanted to get
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Well, the Todd's World thing was one of them because, man, just anything Thomas related, I just think of Sewer Reviewer, which is.
Yeah, that's
So
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I think we all have our own like niches of like lost stuff that we are interested in.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like pilot pitches for kid shows,
How
That's
about-
all of us.
which is that's my next lost media video is going to be another kid show pilot pitch. So
Really?
Ooh.
That seems interesting. Someone talked about the JoJo movie. I think I know what they're talking about. The one that's
Oh.
being searched for a lot.
where was
Is
that?
that JoJo reference?
Yeah, it's a JoJo reference. How about the Lost JoJo movie from 2007? JoJo Bizarre Adventures, something. I think it was like Phantom Blood or something like that.
Yeah, I just didn't even see the comment. A Swagzilla King Gamer. Yeah, that one is still
That one's
that
still
one is
like
is still like pretty much just as much lost as it was back when like the topic got pretty popular. Like just the language barrier makes it impossible to really like get get contacts in Japan to like look around for us. There were like a bunch of rumors that like bootleg copies were circulating like anime conventions, but we have no way to really prove that. The best that we did was because I was part of the search for quite a while. The best we really did was just get a bunch of like print material from like Yahoo Japan auctions and we would scan them and stuff, which was cool, but it's really far from the movie. Oh, we did get like 16 minutes that were re-uploaded from some professor's students.
yeah, it was from
assignment.
like a university as a class assignment that I think one of the people from the movie sent, and we're like, hey, you want to teach this to your students? You remember this movie that came out that ruined the whole franchise of JoJo Bizarre Adventures? You want to teach them how to make a bad movie?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because I've heard a bunch of like mixed things about that. I mean, there are a lot of. I think someone made a video. I don't even know who it was, like years ago. Oh, maybe it was Rebel Taxi. I think it was Rebel Taxi, and
Yeah.
his or he made mention of it in a bigger video, and like all the information was wrong because the wiki articles were wrong at the time, and it perpetuated this like false these false facts that that the movie was so bad and the creator hated it, but it actually had nothing to do with that. The movie ran for like 3 months. The creator liked it, and there was actually no controversy with the movie itself. I saw a comment, and this is actually where the controversy happened. The scene with Dio in the Quran and the whole Egyptian complaints and everything, that was from a JoJo OVA.
Okay.
And that came out, I think, after the movie. But it's speculated that that is why the movie was never re-released, because whoever owns JoJo, I can't remember who owns it. Is it Toei? No, it's whatever. Whatever. Shueisha pulled the license from that company when that OVA came out with the controversial scene or whatever. And because they pulled the license, that was before the company could get Phantom Blood on DVD. So it kind of just fell into this weird limbo state where it was never re-released, but the company, Shueisha, gave the license to whoever owns it now. I can't remember either. And then they pretty much like just put every old piece of JoJo content in a vault, never to be seen again, and started fresh with like the series you know now, like part 1 and part 2 and part 3 and all those ones. So that's kind of where that came about. It wasn't so much that Phantom Blood movie did bad, it was just the license was taken from them before they were able to.
We got a super chat.
Seeker of Lost, $2. Thank you, man. Any lost media searches you haven't talked about?
That's a really
All of them.
yeah, the rest of the ones that exist. Like, just go onto Lost Media Archive and just like search up a list of just like everything that's not the stuff that we mentioned today.
I assume he probably means like stuff that maybe we're looking for currently that we haven't talked about yet.
Oh yeah.
Earthworm Gym Pilot.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Down the Mine Pilot.
I think that
there's
there's some stuff that's been on the back of my mind, like in like my mind's back burner for a while, and I actually kind of want to talk to you about this later, LSSQ, if you want. But there's nothing that I've been really actively searching for, apart from you know, the Me and My Friends stuff. That's the main focus right now. For me at least.
Yeah, do you the rest of you guys have anything? Because if I think this will be a good way to end. We'll all give our answer to this question, and then we'll end it. So any of you guys have anything?
There is a search that I'm on. It's for my next video. It is the Lost Fishhooks pilot.
Oh, that's ironic to me. That's really ironic. I was planning on doing a video on that, like top 5 Disney Channel lost media. Said that was one of them. I think that was the third one I put.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna release it. I might do it because hell, why not?
See, like I got interested in it because like I had it on my whiteboard for a while, and then like I started looking more into it, and then I found out like a lot of like very prominent people in animation were actually involved in it, like C.H. Greenblatt and Alex Hirsch, and I was like,
Yeah, Alex
oh.
Hirsch was a part of it. I did, yeah.
Yeah, Alex Hirsch actually helped make the pilot, so.
I can't believe I actually did a ton of research in that.
Cricket noise.mp4.
All right, so I think should we end this like?
Well, I didn't even give my answer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Damn it! My head's killing me. Sorry.
Maybe I don't even actually have an answer. I'm trying to think of like. I feel like I actually don't think I have an answer because I think most of the stuff I'm looking for I've either made a video about or like I've talked about before, which is pretty much, or they're like old topics. Pretty much, Jimmy Choo Shoes pilot, Slamfest Nintendo event thing, the Oswald thing. that I've been researching with you.
With who?
Me and my friends.
Who are you?
And
You just said you.
Seeker.
Yeah. Okay.
He was talking about-
I was really confused because like me. I'm not looking for that with you.
yeah, I meant
You've been
Seeker.
trolled.
Not yet. You're not.
No, if I have anything
Get
to say
trolled.
about it.
Yeah, there may have been one or two others, but I honestly don't know. There's oh yeah, Ed Mario. Yeah, the Oswald search is still going on. It's probably gonna be going on for a long time, I think. We're making slow progress, but oh, will I ever make a okay, this is gonna be the last comment, then we're gonna end it. Cam Production said, LSSQ, will you ever make a video talking about your lost YouTube videos? I think maybe
Or not. It's not yours. It's just general lost YouTube videos, which I think perfectly ties back to what we were talking about in the beginning.
Yeah, internet lost media.
Oh, right. I think I misread that. Okay, so I guess when it comes to my actual videos, I might, for my like 100,000 subscriber special, I might do that. As for like other people's lost media, probably not, because
Yeah, they could.
I don't.
It can make sense because there's some lost video searches that are like going on, which are going through like lost video searches that are lost because they're personal. It's like personal reasons and all that, and it's kind of so it makes sense not to do it.
Yeah, I've just never really liked covering other YouTubers, but I think with that said, we're gonna wrap it up here because we're over the 2-hour mark. We usually go for 2 hours. So thank you guys for stopping by, and thanks for the super chats. And any final words?
Bye.
You guys.
Good night,
Adios.
good night, gamers.